Some of the most respected names in the car industry are quietly falling apart right now. And we're not talking about small, obscure brands nobody's heard of. We're talking about names people saved up for years to own. Brands that built their identity on prestige, luxury, and desirability. Brands that made you feel something when you saw them on the road. And today, some of them are hemorrhaging money. Some of them are losing customers to rivals they used to laugh at. And one of them has literally warned the world it might not survive. These are the brands failing in 2026. And if you're considering buying one of them, new or used, you need to watch this first. Number 5. Audi. There was a time when Audi was untouchable in the luxury space. The Quattro all-wheel drive system was revolutionary. The R8 was a supercar that made Ferrari owners nervous. The brand stood for German engineering taken to its absolute limit. Sophisticated, precise, desirable. That Audi still exists in people's memories, but the numbers are telling a very different story. In 2025, Audi's US sales fell 16%, their weakest year in over a decade. And here's the part that stings. While Audi was declining, BMW and Mercedes were having record years. Lexus had a record year. Even Genesis, a brand that barely existed in America 15 years ago, is eating Audi's lunch. Audi isn't just struggling, it's losing ground to every serious competitor it has simultaneously. And it gets worse. A leaked internal forecast from a dealer lawsuit, not from Audi's PR team, not from a press release, from a lawsuit, showed Audi projecting only 144,000 US sales in 2026. That's 37% below their 2023 peak of 229,000. They're not spinning it, they're quietly preparing for it. Audi builds 0 cars on American soil. Every vehicle gets imported and hit with tariffs of up to 25%. Volkswagen, their parent company, has already put US factory plans on hold. There is no quick fix here. Just a slow, quiet slide that most people aren't even watching. Number 4. Land Rover. The Defender is one of the most iconic vehicles ever built, literally designed for war zones and expeditions. Range Rovers are parked outside private members' clubs in London and Beverly Hills. The brand screams capability and status at the same time. That image has always been bulletproof. The cars themselves, not so much. Consumer Reports lists Land Rover as one of the worst brands for reliability. Not one of the worst luxury brands, one of the worst brands, period. Engine failures, transmission problems, electrical gremlins. Owners on forums have a saying that's become a dark joke at this point. They say, Land Rover stands for Land Rover of Repairs. That's not a fringe opinion. That is what the data shows and what owners repeat constantly. And on top of the reliability nightmare, JLR's North America sales dropped 37.7% in late 2025. The import tariff added roughly $100 million in costs in a single quarter. Specialized parts mean even minor repairs are brutally expensive. The brand is losing its reputation quietly, one frustrated owner at a time. Number 3. Volvo. Volvo built their entire brand on one idea: safety and dependability. That was the promise. Drive a Volvo and it will look after you. They literally used to run ads saying, "Drive it like you hate it." That was their identity for decades. Reliable, sturdy, built to last. In the 2026 J.D. Power Vehicle Dependability Study, Volvo owners reported 296 problems per 100 cars. That placed them second to last among every single brand in the study. Let that sink in. The brand, synonymous with durability, is now ranked almost dead last for dependability. Their score jumped from 242 problems per 100 cars the year before to 296. That's not a blip. That is a brand in free fall. The culprit? Software. Over-the-air update failures, infotainment bugs, EV and plug-in hybrid powertrain glitches. As Volvo rushed into electrification, they left quality control behind. And the people who bought Volvos specifically because Volvos never broke are now the ones posting the longest complaint threads online. Volvo still scores well on crash safety, but a car that's always at the dealer isn't safe in any way that matters to your life. Number 2. Jaguar. The history here almost makes it painful. The 1961 E-Type. Enzo Ferrari called it the most beautiful car ever made. The XE and XF were genuinely sharp, involving cars that could hold their own against BMW. When Jaguar was on, they were genuinely special. Then, in late 2025, a ransomware cyberattack shut down JLR factories across the UK, Slovakia, India, and Brazil. Production halted for weeks. A single quarter swung from a $373 million profit to a $720 million loss. The CEO openly admitted they cannot recover all those lost sales. JLR revised their profit outlook to almost zero margin for the year. And right in the middle of all this chaos, Jaguar launched their big marketing campaign for an upcoming electric model. The ad showed no car, literally no vehicle, just fashion models and abstract visuals. Elon Musk saw it and replied publicly, "Do you sell cars?" The internet piled on instantly, and 4 months into a new CEO's tenure, Jaguar's longtime design director walked out. Factories dark, sales crashing, leadership in turmoil, and the face of the biggest rival in the world mocking you on social media. That is where Jaguar is right now. Number 1. Polestar. Polestar was supposed to be the answer. The sleek, Scandinavian, design-forward Tesla rival built by the people who made Volvos. Clean lines, serious tech, genuinely cool. Enthusiasts bought in. The brand had real momentum. 2025 sales jumped 76%. Revenue was up 84% year over year. On the surface, it looked like a real success story. And then Polestar filed a going concern warning. That is the term companies use when they're telling the world they might not survive. Polestar is carrying over $5 billion in debt. The stock crashed to nearly $1. Analysts say the company will need another $2 to $3 billion by 2028 just to stay alive. Their own filings flagged the risk plainly. Without fresh investment, bankruptcy is a real and near-term possibility. Think about that. A brand with sales growing 76% is potentially going bankrupt. Because growing sales means nothing if you're losing money on every car you build. Polestar joins a long line of EV startups, Nikola, Fisker, and others, that looked like the future right until they didn't. And if Polestar goes down, every person who bought one is left holding a car with no parts support, no warranty backing, and collapsing resale value. The dream and the disaster running side by side. That is Polestar in 2026. Which one shocked you the most? Drop it in the comments. And if you're not subscribed yet, take 2 seconds and hit that button. You don't want to miss what's coming next.